Hello, welcome to my presentation on material management. This presentation is provided by QSpectra Pharma Consulting as a learning process. Today, let me speak about material management. Material management is broadly divided into three parts: receipt of materials, storage of materials, and release for consumption. We will talk about storage of materials in this session. After verification of received raw materials should be transferred to the storage areas with respect to their storage conditions. Here there are two words: storage areas and storage conditions. First we have to understand what are the storage areas and then how many storage conditions are available. Storage of materials constitutes storage areas, that is, precautions must be taken to prevent unauthorized persons from entering the storage areas. Storage conditions. Storage conditions for materials should be in compliance with the label. Monitoring of storage conditions. Recorded temperature monitoring data should be available for review. What are the different storage areas to store the raw materials? The storage areas are defined as quarantine area, approved area, and rejected areas. Let us talk about the storage areas. Number 1, quarantine area. Materials which are stored in quarantine areas should follow. Area must be marked as quarantine area. Entire area must be marked with yellow boundaries. Each drum or bag should be labeled as quarantine. And finally, material should not be dispensed from this area. Number 2, approved areas. Materials are stored in approved areas should follow following points. Areas must be marked as approved areas. Entire areas must be marked with green boundaries. Each drum or bag should be labeled as approved. Material should be dispensed only after request from production. Number 3, rejected areas. Material stored in rejected areas should follow following points. Areas must be marked as rejected areas. Entire area must be marked with red boundaries. Should be in a lock and key. Material should be distributed or sent back to the vendor only after getting clearance from quality assurance. Now let us see how many different storage conditions are available to store the raw materials. Ambient temperature or room temperature. Cool storage conditions. Cold storage conditions. And freezer storage conditions. Let us see in details about the storage conditions. Ambient temperature or room temperature. This is nothing but prevailing conditions at work. Room temperature, ambient temperature is considered as prevailing conditions at work. Most of the pharmaceutical activities are done at room or ambient temperature. Next storage condition is cool storage condition. 8 to 15 degrees centigrade temperature is known as cool storage temperature. Materials which degrades at room temperature or ambient temperature are stored at this temperature condition. The next storage condition is cold storage conditions. 2 to 8 degrees centigrade temperature is known as cold temperature. Highly degradable materials are stored at this temperature. The last storage conditions is freezer storage conditions. Minus 25 degrees to minus 15 degrees centigrade temperature is known as freezer storage conditions. Now let us see various terminologies across various pharmacopoeias. Now let us see what Q1 states about different storage conditions. Control room temperature 23 degrees centigrades to 27 degrees centigrades. Cold or refrigerating conditions 2 to 8 degrees centigrades. Freezer minus 25 degrees to minus 15 degrees centigrade. As per US Pharmacopoeia, ambient or room temperature is given as prevailing conditions at work. Control room temperature 20 to 25 degrees centigrades with excursion between 15 to 30 degrees centigrades. Cold temperature 8 degrees to 15 degrees centigrades. Cold or refrigerator 2 to 8 degrees centigrades. Freezer conditions minus 25 degrees centigrades to minus 10 degrees centigrade. Let us go to Parma Europe. Parma Europe, what it says is control temperature is 15 degrees centigrades to 25 degrees centigrades. Cool or refrigerator 2 degrees centigrades to 8 degrees centigrade. Freezer below minus 15 degrees centigrade. As per WHO, ambient and storage temperatures is given as storage in dry well ventilated premises at 15 to 30 degrees centigrades. Control temperature 20 degrees to 25 degrees centigrades. Cool temperature 8 degrees to 15 degrees centigrades. Cold or refrigerator temperature 2 degrees to 8 degrees centigrades, and freezer conditions is given as minus 25 degrees centigrades to minus 10 degrees centigrades. In Japanese Pharmacopoeia, ambient and room temperature is given as 1 degrees to 30 degrees centigrades. Cool temperature given as 15 degrees to 25 degrees centigrades. Cold or refrigerated conditions is given as 1 degrees to 15 degrees centigrades. This is about various storage conditions is given in various pharmacopoeias. Is temperature mapping to be performed for storage areas? What is temperature mapping? This is a study to provide a clear guidance on how to conduct a study in temperature controlled storage areas. For all storage areas, temperature mapping is to be done. Relevant storage controls are to be placed to avoid extremes of temperature. Storage areas should be well designed, sufficient storage capacities, clean and dry, temperature limitations to avoid or prevent cross-contamination, and should be inspectionable. It is very important to know the storage conditions of the materials. Now, how the storage conditions will be known to the person? All materials should be stored according to the storage conditions described on the label. If the storage conditions are not mentioned on the label, then verify vendor questionnaire or vendor documents. Verify MSDS or simple ask the vendor. There are some do's and don'ts in case of storage of materials. First, let us see about the do's. Clean pallets or racks are available for stacking the materials. Prevent mix-up of material by using separator, rope, shrink wrap in the racks or pallets. Maintain a list for raw material storage conditions. Clear segregation batch-wise or lot-wise should be performed. Now let us see some of the don'ts examples. These two photographs will clearly give you an idea of improper segregation of materials. This photograph will give you there is chances of contamination if the material is not properly closed. Material are not kept on pallets. no proper demarcation, no proper material status. Thank you very much for viewing the presentation. We look forward to give more presentations. Thank you.